Hello friends and welcome back. I am here today to do the Pokemon tag for you because I saw it on Tamashii's channel and I'm obsessed with everything that she does, so I am doing it. So the first question is, what is your favorite Pokemon type? For me it's pretty basic. My favorite type is probably fire, but I really do like grass types, and I also really like psychic types a lot. I really like working with fire types, but I usually don't pick the fire starter because I like the other in-game fire types. And I like psychic because OP. And I'm attached to grass types for some reason. Bite me. Second question is, what is your favorite Pokemon region? For me, I'm gonna have to suck and say that my favorite region is the Johto region. It's always, since the Johto region came out, I've just had quite an attachment to it. As you can tell, I really like the Johto region. Something about Chikorita immediately drew me in. The Crystal version was my favorite game when I was younger, and then when I got Heart Gold and Soul Silver, it's still my favorite game to date, honestly. I love the Johto region. I loved exploring it. I even like the show with the Johto region. It's a whole new world we live in. Johto region. Let's go. Question number 3. Which Pokemon games do you own? It's a wonderful question. I know I own Red version because Sean got me Red version. My first game was Sapphire, but I also own Ruby. I have Emerald someplace. I have Crystal. I had Silver, but I gave it to my brother. I have Soul Silver. Pokemon White. I have X. Hoping to get Sun or Moon. Don't really know which one yet. And I have Alpha Sapphire. So we got 10. From off the top of my head, that's what I have. I know, my brother usually would get the opposite game to that. I know he had Coliseum somewhere. I'd watch him play Coliseum a lot. But yes, those are my games. In the games, what gender do you normally play as? Female? Always? Except in Red version, when I had to play as a boy, and Silver until Crystal came out. Until after that point, I would always play as a girl because, I kind of am one. Do you watch the anime? The anime at the current moment in time makes me very angry, the few episodes that I've seen, because Emmer shipping makes me angry. But I used to watch the anime. I stopped diligently watching it around the Hoenn region, near the end of the Hoenn region. I saw a couple episodes of Diamond and Pearl and it was alright. I didn't see any of Black and White, so I kind of stopped entirely at that point. But from what I've heard, it's some people really like it and other people don't. It's for children. Number 6 is, how many have you seen in your latest Pokemon game? I'm just gonna pull up whatever game I have on here because I go back and forth with them, so there's not really a latest. So here I have Soul Silver. I have seen 362 out of how many? 493. And then the next question is, how many of those seen Pokemon have you obtained? I have obtained 347. So, we're getting there. I'd like to beat my Pokédex on this game, honestly. One day this will definitely happen. Do you even like Pokemon? No, I don't like Pokemon. I love Pokemon. You can tell by my Jigglypuff hat over there and my Ash hat up there. Everything Pokemon. I kind of sort of like it. Kind of. Maybe. Do you collect the trading cards? Currently, no. I probably should start getting back into collecting the trading cards because they're looking pretty cool these days, but I don't at the moment. Me and my brother made a point to collect the original 150 when they came out, and we caught a lot of the Johto ones in Hoenn as well, but then after that point we just kind of didn't collect them anymore because we moved and things changed and whatever, but I think I'm going to start collecting them again because they're looking pretty epic. If you have the trading cards, do you play the game or just collect? I think we tried playing the game when we were younger and just couldn't figure it out because we were stupid and just collected them and made up our own moves on them and, probably broke all the rules of Pokemon since we followed the rules of the anime at that point. So, no, I've never actually played the game for real. Do you draw Pokemon? Actually, yes. I don't really draw too much at the moment, but when I do draw, I usually draw Pokemon. When I was younger, I even had a Pokemon-themed webcomic, and I drew a lot of Pokemon, and I drew characters as trainers and stuff, and it was pretty lame, but I was 13, so We're all lame at 13. Deal with it. What is your favorite Pokemon? Jigglypuff. Jigglypuff. Love Jigglypuff. I identify with Jigglypuff on a personal and deep level. Second favorite Pokemon? Probably Chikorita. I've always really been attached to Chikorita. It's really hard to give up that spot to just one Pokemon because I've really liked working with so many of them. I've really liked working with both Charizard and Venusaur. I really liked working with Ninetales a lot. Espeon is up there for sure, but second favorite, I mean, I'd probably have to give it to Chikorita just because I love Chikorita so much. Question number 14 is, what is your favorite legendary? Great question. Probably Mew. Maybe Mew. Maybe Jirachi. Or Suicune. Maybe Suicune. One of those three. I like all of them a lot. What is your second favorite legendary? So we're not gonna include all those guys, I guess, and they're all tied for first. Second favorite legendary. I really like Latias a lot. I think she's adorable, so probably Latias. Do you know what number 493 in the national dex is? Yes, it's Arceus. Don't ask me how I know that, but I do. Would you rather have a Meowth or a Growlithe? I probably would have to say a Growlithe because I had one in Crystal version. It was the first fire type that wasn't a starter that I ever really worked hard to train, and I really liked it a lot. So definitely going with Arcanine, but I really do love Meowth and Persian, the whole evolution line, and obviously nostalgia purposes. I love the Meowth from the anime, but I would have to say Growlithe just because Arcanine is OP. Your relatives play Pokemon? Yes, as I mentioned, my brother plays Pokemon, and we always usually get the corresponding games. As for the rest of my extended family, I don't think anybody plays. I think a couple of my cousins used to play when they were younger, but we're the only ones who it really stuck to. How often do you think about Pokemon? I feel like Pokemon comes up in my mind at least once a day. I never really think about how often I think about Pokemon. But probably once a day. I mean, I have this Miltank and this Skitty and just in my bed, and I have this Pokemon blanket, so I mean, I guess I can't really go without thinking about it considering it's all around me. Do you hide the fact that you like Pokemon from your real life friends? No. If you have to do that, they're not your real friends, first of all. My friends all know that I love Pokemon. My boyfriend and I love Pokemon. The only people that really don't know much about that are my coworkers, just because I want to stay professional, and I feel like sometimes it gets a negative connotation when people don't really understand what it means to love Pokemon, so I kind of keep that under wraps at work for the most part. And then I say this, but I had a Pokemon phone case on my phone till very recently, so I don't know how many people I'm actually hiding that from. What pets do you have that resemble Pokemon? I mean, I have a pug, and I always thought that she looked like a Shieldon, so I'd always name my Shieldon after her. My bunny is white, so he doesn't really look like a Baneri or a Bunnelby. Yeah, I mean, I have a Cavalier King Charles, and I have a black and white kitty, which I don't really think resemble any Pokemon, but I usually will name my Persian after my black and white kitty. What Pokemon do you hate the most? That is a mean question to ask. I don't hate any Pokemon. All Pokemon are beautiful. Which evolution do you like the best? Espeon has always been my favorite evolution, but I also really like Umbreon and Flareon as well. Which cast form is the best? I don't know. I don't really care about cast form. I'm sorry. Which Deoxys form is the best? Not gonna lie, I totally had to look up what they were called. I remember what they looked like, but I didn't remember what they were called because I haven't played Ruby and Sapphire in a long time. My favorite is the attack form from Fire Red, but I also really like the speed form from Emerald. Do you prefer Moltres, Zapdos, or Articuno? I really like both Moltres and Articuno a lot. I think that Articuno is really pretty, but I also really like Moltres. I don't know, I've just really always liked both of them. I don't think that I could even possibly choose between those two. The next question, number 27, Lugia or Ho-Oh? Definitely Lugia. I don't know if it's the second Pokemon movie. I don't know if it was playing Silver version or Soul Silver version, but always is going to be Lugia. Sorry, not sorry. The last question, number 28, which two people will you tag? I choose you, Fairwind Cosplay, and Postgrad Emmy. Go, go, go. You don't have to if you don't want to. Yeah, that was my Pokemon tag. I will leave the blank in the description box. Definitely feel free to tell me what your favorite Pokemon is, or if you want to do the tag, definitely link it to me. I'd love to see it. Yeah, I'll see you in my next video, guys. Thanks for watching.
Gotta catch 'em all.